Oh, baby, this ain't no self-defense love story. This is a full-blown family hit dressed up as a domestic dispute. Atlanta rapper T Hood is dead. And not just from one shooter, y'all. Not just from one gun, y'all. Both of his girlfriend's brothers allegedly opened fire. Two brothers, two different guns, two different sets of bullets, tearing through the man she claimed was the love of her life. And now that we want to sprinkle this powdered sugar over a murder charge and call it self-defense, please, I'm not swallowing that lie. And after I lay out all this mess, honey, neither will you. Honey, police are out here saying this started as a domestic dispute at a house in Snellville. They claim the girlfriend was injured. They claim one brother, or should I say both brothers, arrived after the argument, tried to distance themselves from the chaos, and only shot in self-defense. That's the pretty paper wrap version they're hoping y'all will buy. But here's the problem. We heard the phone call from his own sister, who was there. She didn't say anything about no self-defense. No. Don't you do that. I will put the recording up. Y'all heard the video. Did that girl say anything about self-defense? What did she say? She said she is not standing by her brother. She said what her brothers did was wrong. She didn't say, oh, well, he was hitting me and my brothers was scared for their life and they were scared for my life, so he defended me. No. Her voice, her tone was, I'm not with my brother mess. They should be locked up. She wanted justice for her love of her life. That is still her man, okay? And if he was still here today, despite the fact that he put hands on her, he always put hands on her. They always fight. This ain't nothing new. Despite that fact, if he was here today, she would still be with that man. And most women and most men, they will choose their partners over their mothers, over their brothers, over their sisters. And when you get married, they say that's what you're supposed to do. Your mate is come first before any and everybody. But let's keep on going and let's get these likes up and shares, and I might go live about this on this channel. But what she said was, Kelsie, the sister, what she said was she's not with her brother shooting her boyfriend, and she thinks it's wrong. That's straight from somebody who was in the house, okay? Now, I'm going to keep it all the way real with y'all. I believe she called her brothers over. I don't care if she said she did not do it. I think she lying. Yeah, she said, I didn't call my brothers over. I didn't call. Liar, pants on fire. That's a lie. That's a lie. Somebody called them men over. Somebody called them brothers over, okay? And I think it was her. They were arguing. She knew exactly how her brothers felt about him. She knew the history. She knew bringing them into it was a receipt for disaster. And you mean to tell me she just stood there when not one, but two different guns came out, and she just stood there? She didn't say, oh, stop, I don't want him to die, don't kill him, y'all. Let's get the cops involved. She didn't say none of that. Come on. That she watched two grown men, her own flesh and blood, aim and fire, and she didn't jump in between. She didn't scream for them to stop. She didn't call the cops. Girl, miss me with that. I keep on hearing people say, well, that's what brothers do. They protect their sisters. Okay, but protect her from what? From walking away? From calling 911? Because now she's not protected. Is she protected now? How is is she now? Now that this has happened, is she better? She's mentally shattered. She's in the headlines for all the wrong reasons, and her family name is tied to a homicide. And the brothers, they might be trading in their street clothes for prison jumpsuits. So, did it make it better, honestly? Did it make it better? The brother's gonna go to jail forever. She gonna be mentally screwed because that is the love of her life, and she's not gonna forgive her brothers for doing this, taking her man away. She said she didn't want y'all to kill him. She didn't want y'all involved. That's what she's saying now. Okay, so she's never gonna forgive her brothers. That is the love of her life. So the family name is tied to a homicide. It didn't help. It didn't. What did it protect? What did it protect? Her mind is fucked. It would scar her for life. What did it protect? Help me understand. Please put what did it protect? Because let's be real. If she truly loved him like she claims, she wouldn't have wanted to save him. Okay? She would have wanted to save him. Not stand there while two of her own brothers just turn him into a target practice. Okay? And here's the part that has me rolling my eyes. Police are now floating the idea that this might have been self-defense. Self-defense with two shooters. Self-defense with two different guns. That's not, I had no choice. And besides, let's not forget he got shot in his back. He was walking away. T-Hood was walking away. Okay? He wasn't charging them or nothing. He was walking away. They shot him in the back. Nah, they had a choice. Okay? We made sure he wasn't going to get up. That's what time they was going to be on. They was making sure he wasn't going to get up. And if it was truly self-defense, why didn't they just say that from the jump? Why hide? Why was the brothers hiding? Why did it take all this long time? Why didn't they just go to police? If they were so righteous and they were standing up for the righteous and they were defending their sister that was so innocent, then why not just be honest? Why run when the police get there? Why not stay? Why not stay there? Why not stay there and say, hey, this is what happened. I did it. I shot him. My brother shot him. It was self-defense. What's with all the running like a coward? You was man enough to shoot him. Be man enough to stand there and tell what happened. Other than that, it is some shady business going on here. And why didn't they march themselves into the police station and tell the full story? Instead, one brother allegedly leaves the scene before the police even get there, but you innocent. But you vanish. Make that make sense, y'all. This isn't just about this one family, okay? This is a warning. We all know a couple who fights like cats and dogs, break up, and is back laid up that same night. The problem is when you bring your family into these messy little battles, you are signing them up for war that they might not survive. And they might not walk away from free because these brothers are going to jail. Because once that guns goes off, that ain't no taking it back. Ain't no taking it back. Let's talk about all this protection actually did. You know, people saying that's protection. What did it do? It left a man dead. We have a dead man. It left a man dead. And I also hear people say, well, if a man ever hit a woman, then he needs to die. He needs to die. Well, if that's the case, we're going to have a whole bunch of men dying, a whole bunch of black men dying. Because some of y'all sons had hit a woman before, they need to die. Y'all beloved Chris Brown, didn't he hit on Rihanna before? He needs to die. Terrence Howard, he hit a woman before, he needs to die. I mean, a lot of men is going to need to die. A lot of y'all fathers have hit your mama and you don't even know about it, have pushed your mama, he needs to die, okay? You ain't going to have no black men because most of these black men or most of these men, most of them have hit, pushed, or did something to a woman, okay? I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying most have. They have. They have. So if you guys are saying, well, if a man ever hit on a woman just one time or whatever, no matter what it is, they need to die. Because some of you guys don't have no sympathy for T Hood based on some of the stories that you think, okay? But anyway, what did this protection prove? It proved that it left a man dead. It left a woman broken and conflicted because she's messed up in the head. It left a family name stained. And here's the truth nobody want to say out loud. She probably still in love with him. She is in love with that man. She's still in love with that man. She's still taking up for that man. If he were alive today, she'll be right back with him, and y'all know it. She did this. So what did it solve, y'all? What did it solve? It solved absolutely nothing. It did not solve anything. It caused more chaos than anything, because now your brothers are looking at jail for life. Now you messed up in the head because you regret what happened. You wish you could have did things to save the man of your life. You know, nobody will ever take that void. When you are in love with a man and he dies and it's based on your account, come on, that's going to be heavy on you. So, look, I don't see two heroes here. I see two brothers who let their tempers pull the trigger. Why couldn't they fight him? They couldn't put hands on him. They couldn't punch him. They couldn't fight him. They had to go to the gun. They had to shoot him in the back. They couldn't say, come on, man, I want to square with you one-on-one. No, they had to take out the guns and shoot. And no amount of self-defense can spend to erase the fact that two different men with two different guns turned a family fight into a murder scene. We are at a murder scene. And then I want to see the pictures of Kelsie. Kelsie, you should come out here, show what T Hood did to your face. You know, did she go to the hospital? Did she, say these are the markings and my brothers did it for self-defense? She ain't saying none of that. Y'all should hear the phone call. She ain't saying none of that. She ain't saying none of that. That she heard that T Hood did this and her brothers did out of self-defense and, things just went chaotic. She blamed it on her brothers. She said that was not right what her brothers did. And she did not stand with that shit. And he should be locked up. She said it. I will play the video if y'all want me to. But honey, even the courts by this angle, they could walk free, okay? Even if the courts by this angle and they walk free, let's just say, and they walk free, okay? They will never walk away from the whispers, from the side eyes, and the truth that they both know deep down inside. Party crashers, tell me, is this self-defense? Or is this exactly what it looks like? Two brothers making sure this man didn't live to see another day. Because where I'm sitting, this was never about protection. This was about pride. And now everybody involved is paying the price.